Hello survivors, welcome to another Soulstone survivor video. Today we are going to be talking about the massive new patch that just hit. It is an improvement patch, so it's a little bit of a not new content or anything like that, but looking at a little bit of balance or fixing a kind of things that were broken in the game. And one of those things was projectiles. We are seeing a massive improvement to performance for projectile skills. And who better to use than our dear assassin with our Reap skill. We are sitting on a max danger, max curse run, except I've taken the Void Presence off because who likes the Void Presence? And if you're wondering what skills or runes we're running, we've got Multicast Mastery, Synergetic, War Tank, and Improved Repertory with Weapon Expert, Reroll Mastery, and Material Harvest. Now the point of this one is going to be an actual end game build, but we're only going to really do one cycle with it. So the build itself is what we're going to be grabbing. We're going to need that. We're going to grab cast frequency over here. We don't need those. Shadow Orb is one of the important ones. Now Shadow Orb is one of the skills that has been updated. You can actually see how fast the skill now moves compared to what it used to. I don't believe I have footage of the old Shadow Orb, unfortunately. Or maybe in one of my videos I do, but I haven't searched for it. But there were improvements made to the skill, and you can actually see them. Although it looks like they're kind of going into the ground over there. Hopefully they are hitting targets. Anyway, grab a little bit of movement speed. We've got crit. I want to grab ourselves Blade Storm because that is another one of the fixes. Now, what was happening is skills like Blade Storm were not hitting targets or applying negative effects correctly. So even though it does attack, it's dealing causing damage every 0.1 seconds. Even though you could apply negative effects with it, they were not applying negative effects correctly. So all of the area tag skills like Blade Storm, the Bloody Saw, Void, all those skills were not working correctly, and they were giving issues for the actual game. With regards to, applying negative effects, things like flurry and so on and so forth. So we should be seeing a whole lot better, consistency with them into the end game and things like that. So we're testing it out today to see what happens with them. I don't really want this. I'm looking for double slash, but we're not really getting it. So we'll just keep going. I'm going to reduce the time between assignments because we want to get as many as possible. We can get shadow to swing, which means that our skills like Shadow Stab and Shadow Orb will help get more Reap cooldown, which is really good as well. And then we're just going to keep going. Now this again is a hard end build. We'll see how quickly we can get with it because these are going to help. Okay, Reap needs damage. Thrust to Shadow is beautiful. Again, still looking for the double slash. Still nothing there. Grab that. Critical Strike. Cast frequency. Let's keep going. We don't need that. We'll grab Block Chance. Area of Effect's good. And Doom damage. Now the thing with Reap is it's one of the most special scaling damage skills. The way that it works is actually it has something called Ambush. So it will apply Doom. And when you backstab or ambush an enemy, it will proc all those Doom stats to deal a percentage of the damage of Doom immediately, increasing the damage. So as you can see over here, instant damage 375% of the stacks of the Doom, and that is when you ambush it. So it causes all stacks of Doom in the area to deal a percentage of their damage instantly, and removing the Doom effect when it gets procced. Now, the one thing is about the assassin is when you do assassinate the target or when you do activate your ascension, what happens there is every single attack of yours will be considered hitting from behind, which means that every single attack will be an ambush. And that's why we grab things like Shadow Orb and Shadow Stab so that we can apply the Doom as much as possible, as well as collecting all of those upgrades that are going to help us with the applying as much of it as possible. I don't think we need haste. Our dear assassin has more than enough movement speed. I couldn't think of the word. I'm like, what am I talking about? Yeah, I was trying to say assassin. We got quite a decent amount of crit. We do have form as well. We don't need that. We'll grab the area of effect over there. And with Bladestorm, we are using Bladestorm because of the new improvements to it. We're going to see, you know, how much damage does it deal? How many stacks does it deal? Is it actually helping us? And, you know, is it worth playing Bladestorm again? Because it used to be one of the best skills in the game, especially for applying negative effects when we were using Misfortune's Embrace and things like that. And I don't know if it was because of the bug that it just became really bad, or if the skill, we just got better skills. But it would be cool to go back to basics and use some of the skills we've always been using, if possible, because, you know, who doesn't like Bladestorm? I certainly love it. Alright, we get a big damage upgrade over there. Cast frequencies are always good. We don't need damage for thrust, but getting Sharp Blade could be very good. Things again like Bloody Sword is an area tagging. It deals damage every 0.3 seconds. Like we mentioned, very similar to Bladestorm. And if we were playing with Shrapnel Bomb instead of Reap, then we would have taken Bloody Sword, but we're playing with our Reap instead, which I think is a far better skill than Shrapnel Bomb. Maybe a little bit less area of effect though. Multicast chance, we can go for more magnetic over there as well. And let's see where or how far we can get in. I guess we can see how far we can get within a time, a certain time. I don't think we need movement speed either, to be honest, because we've got you know, form, and we can grab form to haste if we really do need movement speed. Area of effect, we just need, ooh, it's doing 650% in instant damage with Doom. That's pretty big. The only thing with Assassin is when you get to the late stages of the game, the target, the bounty target, does become a very, very, very tanky. I think maybe that's something that the developers need to look at maybe changing, make it like it's a normal mob, or even, you know, got the same amount of health regardless of the Overlord stage, because it is unique to the Assassin. No other character has something they need to necessarily target to have their Ascension apply. I know like the Demon Hunter has, you have to kill enemies in a ring and so on and so forth, but this one you specifically have to kill a target, which lands up getting the same amount of life as bosses. Maybe those ones need a little bit of, you know, changing or upgrading. I'm still not getting not getting the double slash. Not sure why. Anyway, we've got Doom to critical chance for everything else. That's pretty good. It also means I don't think we need to really worry too much about critical strike chance on anything. So that is great. We do need more reduction on our Ascension. The only reason for it is you want the guy to show up. It's every 42 seconds and the bonus lasts for 46 seconds. So that's good, but you want it to be even lower because you want to have as much of it as possible. We can get rid of the crit. I don't think we need that much area of effect, but obviously getting more and more area of effect means that you're going to be dealing more damage. But having less area of effect also means your other skills will be able to apply more Doom. So I would actually prefer getting area of effect on the Bladestorm more than anything else and going and seeing from there. But you can actually see when the Reap procs, we see numbers like 3 million over there, 1.6 million, 10.1 million over there. So that's a big number to be seeing over there. That's really a beautiful number to be seeing there actually. When you see that white number coming from the Reap. And we can see how far we can actually get it to go. So by increasing things like our critical strike chance over there and also the amount of Doom applied. Oh, it's so good when you just one-shot the boss. There's just nothing better than one-shotting bosses like that. Alright, this I don't really think... Actually, we can go for that. Let's go for that first. So we'll go Shadow to swing and we'll take the Doom. Let's keep going because that was only 5 minutes 59 seconds and I believe it's just going to get faster and faster as we keep progressing, so we should be Gucci. This is very exciting. I'm actually quite excited to see. I do want more area of effect for swing And I do want my double slash. We don't need double slash, but double slash does give us the bulwark and the finesse as well, which helps a whack ton. So getting it is going to be helpful. Just bear in mind that this is on the alpha. So if you stuck with the alpha from the last time that there was an update, you will be able to play this. If not, it will be down in the description as to how to join the alpha. But essentially it's pretty easy. All you have to do is go to Steam, the properties of the game, click on properties, go to betas, go to the right side where there's a drop down menu, and you can just join the alpha from there. So pretty easy, pretty simple, and pretty fun to do so. And you don't have to change out of it. Once the alpha goes to live, you'll automatically go to the live version of the game as well. So it's not like you have to keep changing between the alpha or the live version. And then next time there's an alpha update, you will be a part of it immediately, which is fantastic. And I don't think we're going to get it, so we're just going to keep to we'll stick to the Shadow Bolt, which is a projectile skill. In a sense, it's a missile skill, but the whole point is for the improvement upgrades to those types of skills. So getting an upgrade over there for it does really help us get ourselves some more swing to shadow, shadow to swing. Both of them kind of work on reap, so it's just beautiful. Oh, look at this damage. The only thing about this build is the defenses. We don't have any healing. I didn't really use any skill masteries. We probably could have. Bring yourself like Blades of Light if you wanted, the prowess as well as the damage increases. We'll go for the skill chain, multicast over there. We don't actually want burn, so we're going to stick to just doom, which is great. We're going to grab relentless there, thrust to swings, great, aptitude to prowess, area of effect, and some merciless. Why not? Now, the reason I pick the skill chain over a lot of things is skill chain is very, very powerful. The way that it works is it just essentially we'll end up using the skills off cooldown a lot faster. So even if the skill has like a 1.3 second cooldown, instead of being or hitting every 1.3 seconds, we may be hitting every 0.7 seconds instead. I mean, that definitely does not look like it has a 1.3 second cooldown, if you know what I mean. So with the combination of multicast and skill chain, the attack is going off far more times than if we didn't have it. I'm not sure what's immune there, but something. Oh, it's because they are in their ghost form. That's what it is. I'm like, why are they immune? We do have war tank, so we grabbed the extra mobility over there just because we can. And because it's going to help us. We also got another rune upgrade over here, as well as the damage increase over there, which is fantastic. And then a nice HP upgrade over there. Because we are in Overlord, we need to start looking at defenses, because otherwise we are not going to survive a hit when we eventually take one. So we need to start looking at armor, at block chance, at HP increases as well. Because remember also, we don't have healing. We do have block and armor thanks to, you know, using bulwark, as well as actually we don't have armor. We don't gain resilience from anything, but we do gain bulwark, which is block. So we do have a chance to block, which is thanks to the exposed as well as our you know, heartrending strike. So we got that exposed as well, form and bulwark, which is great, which also means we don't need critical strike chance because we're getting that as well. Just such a beautiful build to be working with. There's a nice increase to area of effect. We also get a big upgrade to, oh my goodness, that is massive. Massive RNG over there. And again, we do want even more area of effect on the Blade Storm because that's going to, of course, increase how much we can apply Doom before Reap finally gets its hands onto the enemies. But the more area of effect, the better. Grab Prowess again. We're then going to grab Sharp Blade over there for the increased critical strike chance for all of the skills. Unfortunately, Reap is a swing Doom skill, so Sharp Blades do not affect Reap, which is a bit unfortunate. We haven't had the not magnetic upgrades over there, so we took 2 of them. just because it does come in handy. We also get aptitude thanks to Shadow Bolt, which means that we do get some critical damage as well. If we look at our stats, we're sitting on 200 critical strike chance, 600 critical damage as well. It is beautiful. Over here, I'm actually going to get rid of the movement speed. If I want movement speed, we can grab the haste to whatever. Crit chance, that's 100. We're fine with that. Considering that the Doom on crit does not get stacked using critical strikes, it might not be worth going over 100% critical strike chance. I mean, it's worth it because you deal more damage and things like that. But in terms of stacking negative effects, specifically, it's not worth going over a specific amount of critical strike chance as a way of doing that. For damage, definitely worth it. But for stacking negative effects, it's not worth it. Multicast chance is good. Block chance is good. Swing, that's beautiful. More area of effect is also really good. The only problem with this is now Reap is out area of effect. Area of affecting our Bladestorm. So we need more Bladestorm area of effect, but we're not getting it. I am focusing on cast frequency as well, because the lower the cast frequency of the skills, of course, the more damage and more doom we can apply. So there is that. Grab the block power over here. Remember, we are using War Tank, so every time we click a block node, it's going to be 50% increased. So what that means is next time we'll see a block node, I'll let you know. Or I'll show you what I mean by it. I'm actually going to grab the doom here. And we can grab the damage over there. I guess the damage isn't actually needed, but... Okay, where's my block node, game? So I can show everyone what I mean by it. Area of effect. We had an armor node there, I could have just shown you that. I mean, I can show you what I mean by with any skill. So if we take a look at this, like the experience would be over here, the cast frequency would be gaining 20% more, or 60% cast frequency. Let's pretend that was block. It was 60% block. What happens is 50% of that would be 30, so it would actually be gaining 90% block instead of 60%. So that's essentially how it works. Pretty awesome. And hello, where did those bosses go? They just got murked. So there we go, we got 24 block. It will actually be a 36 block in total because of the rune over there. So really, really nice. Really, really good for us for upgrades and for surviving and things like that. So let's see. Remember, this is max difficulty, max curse as well. So enemies are going to have a lot more life and they are going to be more tough for us to kill. The only thing I think this build is missing is Shattered, which in this case you can maybe use like Blast Mastery and use yourself Napalm Strike, Napalm Blast. The one thing is that was one of those area skills that were bugged with negative effects. So now if you add it into it, it is going to be really, really fantastic. But we're taking a lot of damage over here, so we didn't really work hard enough on our area of effect. Unfortunately, I'm not getting enough of it. We're going to have to go with defenses over here. We'll take that cast frequency. We'll grab the aptitude as well. Multicast, cast frequency. I should have gone for the laugh though. We do have 3 dodges. I just got to remember to use them. Multicast, area of effect. Thank you. Finally, we got more. And we can go for some multicast on the projectile over there that is disoriented. If we wanted, or we should be focus firing on the bosses so that the disoriented does hit them more, or all the skills hit them more. Unfortunately, we had to wait for our assassination target. But now we should be able to murk absolutely everything. So that's also another issue that we have with some of the ascensions. Once you get them to a certain point, you are not going to be able to get, once you get to a certain point, you're actually going to land up getting the ascensions far, later than you would otherwise get them. or feel like you are at least. So in this case, you know, we get his ascension by the time we've killed the second set of bosses. So the first set of bosses are going to be much more difficult to kill than the rest of the bosses. But as soon as you get your ascension up, everything just starts to melt away, which is great. We can grab that. We need cast frequency. We actually don't. Yeah, we do still need more cast frequency. The damage we are doing is just disgusting. Alright, more area of effect is very, very good over here. The bigger that area of effect, the easier it is for us to kill things. That guard just melted, these bosses just melted, and we're going to call it over here, ladies and gentlemen, just because it's going to be the same thing. You guys can keep going. Let me know how far you get with this build and what you think about the upgrade and the performance improvements. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.